When I brought the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, I was getting ready to spend 3 weeks traveling around Korea and China. And I really thought, look, I'm going to get this amazing camera, I'm going to make these amazing travel vlogs, and I'm going to be able to upload it onto YouTube. I also thought if I get this great camera, then I'll be able to come home and keep making amazing content for YouTube. None of that happened. I did shoot amazing content while I was away, but when I got back, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 kind of sat in the drawer for a couple of months before I decided to get it out and use it again. In this video, what I want to talk about is a couple of accessories that I have picked up along the way that have helped me make better use of the DJI Osmo 3 by making it a little bit easier to use because I have the right accessories. So first of all, I brought the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 as part of the creator combo. Now that's fine to start off with. It gives you all the basics that you need, a couple of handles, a little tripod you can attach to the bottom, most importantly, the microphone, which on its own is worth its weight in gold, and a protector cover and travel case. But there are a couple of accessories that I picked up have really helped me get the most out of the camera, but also have made using the camera super easy. Okay, so before I get into the accessories that I already own and have used with my Osmo, I wanted to talk about two accessories that I recently brought. Now recently meaning like 2 weeks ago. I watched Vanessa Lau's video on the accessories that she uses, and I also watched the other creator that she referred to, Zaylee's videos about the accessories that she also uses, and there were two that really stood out for me. So the first one is this small rig, and the reason why I really like it is because of the versatility in the angles that it allows you to get with your camera. Now I normally just leave my Osmo Pocket 3 attached to a tripod that I use, and I talk about it a little bit further on in the video, so don't worry, I will cover that. But being attached to a tripod means that you can only get some angles, not a whole lot of diversity without doing a little bit of extra work. With this rig, I have recently been using it to get some bird's eye view angles by attaching it to the top of bedroom doors or attaching it to different places that I normally wouldn't be able to attach my camera to with the tripod or with any of the other accessories I've got. And so that has definitely made me want to use my camera a lot more. The other thing that it also does is it folds up so small that it's really easy to carry around and take with me. The second accessory that I was convinced to buy by both of those creators was an ND filter. In my last video, I talk about only really using the stock standard wide angle lens filter that comes with the creator combo. I think I'm convinced that an ND filter really does upgrade the quality of the footage that you're shooting, especially if you're shooting outside in full sun or you've got a lot of light wherever you're shooting. And the quality of the footage from attaching an ND filter and having the ability to change how much light you're letting in really does make a difference. One of the reasons why I didn't like using ND filters with previous cameras is the fiddliness of it. The difference with this one that I really liked that they convinced me is that first of all, it's a variable filter, so you can change the settings on the filter, and secondly, it's so small. Do what I do, which is I attach it to my camera and I leave it there, but I leave it on the lowest setting and just adjust it whenever I need it, or you can attach it into the protective case because they actually have another space for another filter to be attached there. So either way, whether you leave it attached to your camera or whether you carry it around in the carry case, it's super easy to use. And the difference in quality is actually amazing. You can really take control of the light in your video. Now in New Zealand we have this thinking called the number 8 wire thinking, which means you just make do with what you've got. You can come up with solutions to, using whatever is available. But sometimes when you're shooting content and you're wanting to be consistent with shooting content, it just needs to be easy. And the way to do that is to buy accessories that are going to help you achieve that. So the very first accessory that I brought, which was $30, was this bad guy. Alrighty, so this accessory is a 2-in-1 really. It is a selfie stick tripod. It isn't branded. It was $30 at a local mall kiosk. The reason why I do like it though is because it is super compact. It folds up really, really small and can fit in my bag. But the other thing is it is relatively stable as well, and I don't have to keep changing accessories to get the selfie stick feature. One of the downsides is that I can really only use the Pocket 3 standing up like that, because if I try and tilt it down, it will tip the tripod over. Before owning the Osmo 3, I already have a little bit of a collection of cameras. And from that, I have a basket, which has been decluttered lately, of a lot of the accessories that I've collected over the years from the various different cameras that I've had. Now, my very first camera that I ever brought was the Nikon D3400, was my Nikon D3400 DSLR, and it's a big bulky camera, and I talk about it in another video, which you can find here. But after that, I brought the GoPro Hero 3 and then the GoPro Hero 5 and then the Insta360 X3 and now the Osmo 3. So I've built a little bit of a collection of random accessories that have been useful for each of the cameras that I've owned, but now are still really useful to use for my DJI. The most useful accessory that I have ever owned, and when I tell you this totally goes to the heart of number 8 wire thinking, it is this clamp right here. Now my dad made me this, he didn't make the clamp, but he made me this accessory. He took, I don't know if you can see, if you'll be able to see, but if I hold this open, just inside you can see that. Now, that is the screw that my dad put into the top of this clamp, like that. He brought the clamp, I think, from like Bunnings or Mitre 10. It was not very expensive, maybe $15 max if you're lucky. Put the screw in the top of it, and I attached, a GoPro attachment base thing like that, and ta-da, I've got me a super hardy, super durable clamp accessory. Now I use this with my GoPro 3 initially for water sports, and it has just lasted the test of time. It is well over 10 years old. I think it's probably about 15 years old. And then over the years, all I did was add in a little bit of rubber here. I'll show you. Super glued a little bit of rubber onto the clamp to help it stick to things, and it has been my most used accessory for the longest time. So that is the first thing. I've used it for my GoPro. I've also used it for my Insta360. It was super, super handy when we traveled through Japan. I used to attach the Insta360 to the pram using this. And then now, obviously, I do the same thing with our DJI Osmo 3. So this is by far my most favorite, because it's super handy, but also because my dad made it, but also my most used accessory, other than this $30 tripod. The next accessory from my little box of treats is, brought this little bad boy here that has that on the bottom. Okay, so here's a much better view. This is just a little adapter with the thread screw at the bottom. so that you can attach it to the base of the handle of the Pocket 3. But I also just want to say that you can now buy these clamps with the appropriate attachments very, very cheaply. About 15 years ago, that clamp would have cost $50 for like a branded one. And I was a poor uni student, so yeah, we were just, making do with what we had. Anyways, the reason why I like that little adapter is that you can attach it to any of the GoPro accessories and then attach your handle of the Pocket 3 to the thread screw, and voila, all your GoPro accessories will work with your Osmo Pocket 3. Now, obviously, the Osmo Pocket 3 is not weather or waterproof, so please don't take it out and about like that, but it does just mean you can use the accessories you already have. Each of these accessories has just helped me make better use of my Pocket 3. When I buy accessories, I'm always looking for ones that are either going to let me use my camera in more than one way, or are going to be super easy to use and give me really, really good results, like the ND filter and the mini rig. Have a look. My advice would be to own cameras in the past, like the Insta360, like the GoPro. Have a look at the accessories that you already have that helped you use those cameras and make using those cameras really easy, and whether or not you can use them with your Osmo 3. It's very likely that you'll just need to buy a little adapter like this one to help you attach the accessory that you already own to your new camera. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Otherwise, I've linked everything in the description, and yeah, I'll see you next time.